How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about this crazy quote-unquote scam, and I use quotation marks there for a particular reason. I'll get to that in a minute. That happened in Washington State. Apparently, they lost hundreds of millions of dollars through quote-unquote Nigerian scammers that were using false information to get unemployment benefits linked to the virus. Hundreds of millions of dollars from Nigerian scammers. Now, I've heard about what the Nigerian scammers would do. They call you talking about, okay, my uncle's a prince and he got, $5 million. Can you give me 100,000 and then I'll let you get 20% of the 5 million? I heard about things like that. People actually falling for it, losing everything, losing their shirt behind it. I thought that was crazy. But you got just regular normies that might not necessarily be working with a full debt. They might not have IQ above room temperature. And I can understand that. But when you're talking about a whole state government, like the entire Washington state losing hundreds of millions of dollars behind this, you just got to kind of pause for a minute and be like, okay, what's really going on? How did this Nigerian fraudster ring that is probably in Nigeria, not even in the States at all, how did they steal that much money from the U.S.? From one state, not even the whole country, just one state. How did that happen? First of all, before I even get into the Nigerians or whatever, I think that this really just proves how much the money printing is not really benefiting us that much. Now, for some it is. For some people, they're able to get the PPP, they're able to get the stimulus, it helps them out a lot. They can pay certain bills. I get it, 100%. But I'm talking about just the rampant, reckless expenditures that aren't really being checked. Okay, the unemployment thing, that's got to come to an end. Matter of fact, I think that Trump and Mitch McConnell talked about ending that whole program because what it does is encourage people to not go back to work. If they can make $600 extra per week on unemployment than what they would normally make, and that is more than or the equivalent to what they were making by working, why would they go back to work? It's like, I'll just stay at home and I'll make more money. They have a new job, which is to make more money from not working by staying at home. That's a new job. So they stole hundreds of millions of dollars. Now, I have questions. I got so many questions. I guess my first question would be, how did this even happen? Okay. Was it somebody that said, okay, my name is Wale Alafume. I have a uncle that's a prince. He has 20 million naira. I'll give you 5 million of it if you give me X amount of. Was it that type situation going on, or was it somebody on the inside that was doing some scamming? Okay, that could be it, because a lot of times when you see these little fraud rings or fraud scenarios, it appears to be from just one organized group. They want to just lay the blame at their feet, but it's not just their fault. It's somebody on the inside as well. All right, it's a two-way street. It's not just one person stealing, because if it's just one person or one group stealing, then I would think they're just, sending false information and everything's being believed. Everything looks right. Everything checks out and they're just sending out monies. But I think there could be more on the inside, but then again, it might not be. This is kind of reminding me of what's going on in California right now. They're trying to give 75 million to illegal aliens. And then I heard they give another 75 million from private monies. Like a private money donor is matching the 75 million that the governor, Gavin Newsom, is giving to the illegal aliens for a total of $150 million. They give it to illegal aliens. Right when I saw that story, I was like, okay, that's going to be really easy to fraud. Okay, because how are you going to tell if somebody's really an illegal alien or not? They're going to ask you questions talking about, okay, how long have you been here? Where do you live? This, that, and the third. If it's me and I was a fraudster and I was a scammer, I would just call the office with different voices. We're like, hey, my name is Jesus Martinez. I live in LA, off Century, Pico, whatever. I got 18 kids. What's up? I need money for myself and my abuela, my wife, my kids, everything like that. And then I call back and be like, hey, my name is Oscar Delgado and I live, I would do the same thing. I would disguise my voice. How you gonna tell it's me? Because the way things are right now, you're not even going in person. Everything is electronically. That could have been the case in Washington State because of the virus. Everybody's so scared to do things in person. All right, do everything over the phone, or do things electronically. It's so easy to scam. And that will be the same situation happening with the cheat by mail kerfuffle. Remember that? I did a video on that. They're talking about giving every Tom, Dick, and Harry that once won a mail-in ballot, not having any in-person election. That is so easy to fraud. Because like I said, if I live in a house where it's like 6 people that are adults, you might get cousins and roommates or whatever, my parents, elderly people. I live there. They're all getting their mail-in ballot sent to them. And they're not voting. They don't care about it. They ignore it. They just throw it in the trash. I take it from the trash. I fill out their name, who they're going to vote for, and I send it myself. How would you know anything different? How would you know that they didn't vote and it was me that was voting? Okay. And then what about all these dead people voting? You getting stuff sent to your crib or to somewhere, or, it's easy just to say, all right, my name is X, Y, and Z. I want a mail-in ballot. You get it sent to your house. And then just fraudulently file and just fraudulently vote for someone else. People talking about, oh, there's no evidence of voter fraud. Yes, there is. People are getting arrested right now. It was somebody in Pennsylvania that got arrested for ballot harvesting, not ballot harvesting, but stuffing ballots. There's been plenty of ballots that, quote unquote, come up missing. Even back to 2004, when George W. was running and his brother, the governor of Florida, Jeb Bush, was there in Florida, and ballots just came up missing. Some would just scatter all over the highway. Those things happen. Even in person, you can have some fraud going on, but it's much less fraud that can be done through the mail because you have no idea who's actually voting. The same thing with having no voter ID. So this whole thing with the unemployment scam, I'm not really surprised that it happened because it's really easy to do things like this when there's no in-person verification required, no ID required. These lefties are telling you that they just want everything to be safe and they want everybody to feel accounted for and they don't want to be racist by asking for ID. But all they're doing is setting the stage for fraudsters and scammers. People that engage in any kind of scamming or fraudster behavior, they're looking for weak points of entry to get into a place, hack it, defraud it, and steal. People on the left, just regular normies, may think, oh, this is nice, this is good, this is safe, nobody feels offended. But the criminals out there don't care anything about that. They're just trying to scam and steal, and you're making it easier for them. It doesn't make any sense at all, but hey, what do I know? There's a guy talking. All I know as I close is that if one state can't even keep their unemployment insurance from being stolen by a foreign nation of some Nigerian scammers, probably on some substandard devices and the whole, they're talking about, oh, it's a sophisticated ring. Really sophisticated? Psst, come on. Have you seen Nigeria? I mean, no quote unquote shade, as the cool kids say, but you're talking about a first world country. So you got scammed by them. If you got scammed by them in one state, then how am I to trust you with everybody voting by mail or electronically? I do not. But I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? How do you think this whole thing happened with the Nigerian scammers stealing all that money from Washington State through the whole unemployment surplus kerfuffle? Okay, what do you think they're going to do when it comes to a national election if it's done by mail? You pretty much know where I'm at with it. We need to just not have everything be so fragmented and apart, everything being done on the phone. You got to do some things in person, like show an ID, like vote, like file for unemployment insurance. Okay. To me, it just kind of makes sense. But hey, again, what do I know? I'm just a guy on the internet talking. But whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.